So what's good, everybody? How you doing? This is Warren Dews. I'm the Vice President of Capital Region Independent Media. I'm also a publisher at the Columbia paper. I'm here today. We do this thing called Community Conversations, and we do something called Get to Know. And I'm here to get to know a couple of people that I met. I met one of them about a year or so ago, and I just met one today. But I'm going to have them introduce themselves. So my new friends, introduce yourselves.
Hi, my name is Ashley McCauley Moore from North Carolina originally.
Hi, I'm Caitlin Rose. I use she, they pronouns, and I'm originally from Knoxville, Tennessee.
Okay, cool. People from the South down there.
Okay.
So let's get started. So as of course, some people might know, you see Shakespeare Company behind you, which is a beautiful theater campus. It's a whole bunch of stuff, but it's beautiful down in Lenox, Massachusetts. Shout out to Alan and to your whole team there. As I mentioned to y'all before, I've been dealing with the arts my whole life. One of the things if I wouldn't be here as the vice president of anything if I wasn't in the arts. I grew up in the projects, and singing kept me out of trouble. So, when I see someone else doing the arts and doing this type of stuff, it touches my heart because I literally, and this is not just I would not be here in front of you if I wasn't singing, doing something, acting, doing other things, because I'd have been doing some other stuff. So I really want to get to know you. So why are you, well, first of all, tell me what play you're in right now. What are you doing right now?
So we're in Romeo and Juliet. I am Juliet.
And I'm Romeo.
Yes, here at Shakespeare Company. Yeah.
So let's start off with the major cat. What's the word I'm looking for? The elephant in the room. You're Romeo.
Yes.
Yeah, explain that one to me.
It's a very unique production in that Ashley and I, although we are, in our 30s, we can look like teenagers. Ashley can look like a 13-year-old, and I can look like a 15-year-old boy. And it is a privilege to be able to play these roles. And I mean, I remember reading it for the first time in high school, and I read for Juliet, but I remember thinking, I want to read for Romeo, and that just wasn't allowed back then. So to be able to play this now and give truth to Romeo as a teen is just the greatest joy of my career so far.
Caitlin is Romeo, okay? Lives and breathes Shakespeare. I've learned so much from Caitlin. We went to grad school together, so we are cohort members. So we spent the last 3 years together. We've had the pleasure of doing this role before each, me, Juliet, Caitlin as Romeo. So it's been something like a long relationship we've had together. And like I said, Caitlin is Romeo.
It's pretty cool. So when you said that Ashley could play 13, I met her when she was in Fences, and you played a 13-year-old. So
10-year-old actually.
Oh, 10-year-old. So after the show, I'm meeting with the cast, and I'm meeting with her professor, and we're talking. So I'm looking for the 10-year-old. I'm like, where the 10-year-old go? And this young woman's out there. That was me. I was like, are you serious? I was totally. I said, where did that 10-year-old was awesome, So that's amazing that you both say that, because you both look extremely young. But it's funny you say what you said, Caitlin, that it is something that wouldn't be able to be done before. And now it's done. It's normalized. It's who you are, and it's not a problem. And if people have a problem with that, well, that's their problem. That's their issue. But I think it's pretty cool, man. And so you've done this before with each other. Tell me how's everything been going so far? How many plays have you done so far? I mean, this show. What number is this?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
5th or 6th?
Yeah, tonight will be the 6th show.
Yeah. The 6th show.
So what's the difference between the first one and the 6th one, the 7th one coming up tonight? What's the difference?
That's a good question.
That is a good question.
I got one a month, so you that's it right there.
Well, for me, I would say it's been a lot different in general with this production for me, playing this being our second time. So it's been a lot of most most of the times you're coming into a production trying to learn the lines, trying to get it in your body, trying to become familiar with the characters all throughout the rehearsal process. So then when you're in show mode, you're just developing that character. But like since we've been with these characters for so long, the development of the characters just goes deeper. So by the sixth show, after 4 weeks of rehearsal, and you're in the sixth show, I mean, there's stuff like obviously that I'm still discovering about Juliet, but also there's things that are just become deeper and broader and like more expressive. It's more play in the
Yeah.
show. And that's what I love. Even me this morning, I was like meditating on obviously because I can't stop thinking about Shakespeare. When you're in Shakespeare, you can't stop thinking about it. But this morning I woke up and I'm just running through lines and just thinking about like how much more Juliet wants to play right now and play in the words, play in her feelings, play in like, and when I mean play, just have more depth in them in general. And so that's where I'm at with the sixth show. It's just how much more deep can I go with everything, with the extremes?
Yes.
And sometimes for me, what I learned this morning, like you oftentimes as an actor or people looking from outside in can think like maybe if I take my time, maybe if I, massage these words a little bit more, like it'll make me go deep. But what I found this morning is that like because the emotion and the development of the character has been so long that I could just spit off an emotion and just come out, and I feel like those are the things you find in like the sixth show for me.
Yes. I have noticed as well an ease into it from opening to even last night. Even more joy. This play just keeps on giving. And I agree definitely as character, I'm able to plunge deeper into the extremes. But also as an actor, I feel like we're growing so much. Last night's audience was smaller than the previous night. So I had a goal last night of trying to connect with absolutely every single person in the audience. And so I'm being challenged. This is the biggest outdoor venue that I've performed in. So I'm learning a lot as an actor about vocal like production, vocal care, how to reach audiences, how to play with them. So that continues to grow as well as character, like our skills as actors.
Yeah, I agree.
And so I've noticed an extreme difference between the first show and last night, taking it out and sharing the experience with the audience. And I'm excited to keep going with that.
So you said outdoor. So is this in the main stage or is this outside?
So they have two stages here. So where you came and seen me in Fences, that was the main stage inside theater. But they have an amphitheater, which is outside, which is a main stage, and it's a huge amphitheater outside. So
And
that
that's where the
is,
play. That's where it's at.
mhm,
Okay, yeah,
mhm.
I saw a couple of things out there. That's awesome. So with that though, if weather is crazy, you can't do the show.
Yep. So we have to, and that's another thing as actor and what helps you grow is that like being amongst the elements, it just makes the show different every night. But if it rains, we do have a rain space. So that's the inside theater that we'll come to. And we, during the rehearsal process, we adapted the show to the rain space. Obviously, we've produced the show for the outside theater, but if it does rain or if it's too hot, which we're still figuring that out with equity and everything, but if the weather conditions aren't performable, we do have an inside space that we can come to.
Awesome. So
But we
part
only
of
had one show inside so far.
okay. So part of our company, Capital Region Independent Media, New York NYVT Media is our website, and we have a thing called In Play. It's a company or a product that connects the communities with culturals such as Shakespeare Company, Barrington Stage, things of that nature. So one of the people you'll meet soon is Amy Medesco. You'll meet with her soon. She's going to write about your performance and write about the show. So that's something that just FYI. But I'm just excited to see the show. I should see it on Friday. So, what is one thing that you would tell people the reason why they should not miss this? They should make this play.
Mhm. I think it is a rare opportunity to see Romeo and Juliet as it was intended. Romeo and Juliet portrayed as truly young people and the kind of impact that that gives the story. They're really just trying to do their best. They're young and in love. I see a lot of like performances and like productions of it where the actors are like older or
Hmm.
playing their natural age, but we have a very rare opportunity to really give truth to their true age. And that is living in the extremes of teenagehood with all of the emotions and tempers and joy that that offers. So it's a dream cast as well. It's been just the best experience ever. Like everyone here is just so lovely and perfect for their parts. Like it's really inspiring.
So we also had two directors. We had one Johnny Epstein and Kevin Coleman, and so that's a treat, right? Like you get two perspectives, two sides of the story. So that's been a pleasure that most you won't get to see with probably other productions. And they both have really great minds and
Yeah.
really know Shakespeare, can spit off Shakespeare from the top of the head, any line in the play. So that's a treat. And I think what something my director has said is that you'll get delight in this play, kind of going along with what Caitlin was saying, because Romeo and Juliet was 13 and Romeo was 15. And most people forget that. And I do think that's an important part of the story, and a part of the delight that our directors talk about is that we delight in each other, me and Caitlin, because we have so much history and we trust each other so much. But throughout the griefs and the sorrows of the show, there's so much delight and so much fun that is being had that most people don't get with other
Yeah.
productions I've heard of Romeo and Juliet. So those are the must-sees of our production, I
Yeah.
think.
Because we have joy, when we get to the sorrow, the audience is able to feel it more freely because they've had those like cathartic reliefs of laughter and big huge joy and raunchiness and bodiness. And so when it's time to feel, the end of the play or when Romeo gets banished, like the audience feels safe enough to feel that because they're feeling the extremes of emotion themselves.
Right.
Let me ask you this question: If you would listen to this 10 years from now, what would you say to yourself 10 years from now? And where would you want to be 10 years from now, right this moment? Because both y'all have your masters, both y'all went, you dig deep. You just didn't, act or you went to school for this thing where you could teach it to other people. And that's a whole nother conversation to be able to do that. But 10 years from now, where would you want to be and what would you say to yourself?
In 10 years, I do want to be an actor. I also do want to teach as well. I want to return the favor that was given to me as a young kid by investing in future generations and introducing them to this world. Likewise, I have met so many important people in my life, so many mentors, friends in this theater art world. And I want to be that for somebody else, to see somebody and help them along their life path as well. Yeah, and I would say to myself, 10 years, keep on chasing your dreams. It has never let you down. It's hard, but you deserve that self-love to yourself. So keep on doing what you truly love to do.
Awesome. Ashley?
In 10 years, I would like to be on a movie set. Truly. Having this discussion, maybe doing some publicity for something I'm on, and I can think back to this moment of, coming out of grad school, being in my 30s, praying and hoping that I can continue doing this for the next 10 years and make a stable foundation for myself.
Mm.
So, um, so that's where I see myself in 10 years, having this discussion in another element on a different level. But would say to myself, never stop seeing and exploring, and life joys come from experiences. So
Awesome.
that's what I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
So keep pushing.
Caitlin, you are going to be when you leave here. What's your plan? Do you have another play that you're working on? You're going back to home or something like that after this, right?
I am moving. I'm moving to Portland, Oregon.
Okay.
And I do have another acting role lined up with Imago Theater. We're doing Noel Coward's Design for a Living. And I'm very excited. It's the first leap in my new home. It's where I'm going to make contacts. It's where I'm going to form a new theater family. So I am very excited and a delightful kind of anxious. But no, I'm very excited to be moving out there.
And Ashley, what's your next thing that you want to do? You got something planned or?
Yes, so I'm moving to transitioning to LA. I was in LA for 10 years prior to coming to grad school. So I'm in the process of moving back there. I have a few jobs lined up. I do choreography as well. So I'm doing some choreographing for the conservatory that we just left from for their show Emma. And then I also have some event work that I also do that I'll be in Houston in October as well. So that's what I have lined up so far. But moving to LA is like the biggest thing currently that I'm like focused on. So once there, solidifying representation, building a theater community, continuing to build a theater community on the East Coast and in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Just expanding my career really is the next goal.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to thank both of you for taking the time to meet with me and talk about, what was near and dear to my heart. As I mentioned before, I wouldn't be here without the arts. And the
Mm-hmm.
Berkshires is a beautiful place. I never heard about the Berkshires until I got a job here. I was the vice president of circulation for the local company and local media company, the Berkshire Eagle. And once moved here and seeing all the stuff that they have, Barrington Stage, Shakespeare Company, Tanglewood, Berkshire Theater Group, Jacob's Pillow, all this is in the Berkshires, just a beautiful place. And what you do and what you're doing is the Berkshires. You are part of the reason why people have second homes here and come here and live and what you do. So I want to thank you. I'll speak for the whole community. We thank you for what you do. We thank you for giving your gift and your talents to us to be able to in our backyard. We get to see y'all, do your thing. So once again, this is Warren Dews, Capital Region Independent Media, NYVT Media. And in play, one of our new things that we're doing out there, reaching out to the culturals. We thank you for your time. We talk to you soon. Peace, everybody.
Come to the show.
Thank you so much.